back to the channel. My name is Stephanie and we're going to talk about new makeup releases today. What I think about them, whether I would buy them, whether I'm anti-hauling them, or if I've already bought them. Some of them I have. So some of the stuff I bought also isn't the new releases, but would be new to me. So the first thing we have up, and I am reading from Trend Mood 1 account and Hotfire Makeup. So I will link those down in the description below as well. Also an indie makeup spotlight from Amy Loves Beauty. If you don't know about Amy Loves Beauty, please go check out her channel. I will put it up here in the cards. She's an amazing indie makeup lover who loves color, and I really enjoy her videos. So this thing from Trend Mood, I guess, is the Kylie and Kendall collab. There's an eyeshadow palette, there's lip gloss and whatever. I don't care, I'm not gonna buy it. If you cover up that little quad in the bottom right hand corner, this is just another neutral palette, and I just don't need one. I don't have anything against the Kardashians or Kylie or Kendall or anything. I have heard though that the formula for this eyeshadow is not the best. So yeah, there's that. Here's the thing that I have to stop myself from buying. Okay, this is what my fantasy self would want. These are from Lights Lacquer. These are vegan nail polishes, and they're these beautiful, gorgeous, there's a kiwi color and a yellow color and a purple and this coral color. I want all of them. However, vegan nail polish goes bad much faster, especially if it's the 7 free kind. I bought some from Pacifica last summer, and it turned on me because I literally opened the bottle one time, maybe two, and used it. And once it's exposed to air, the clock is ticking, and you would think after a year I would have used it a little bit more. So I do have some non-cruelty free nail polishes and they have tons of preservatives in them, so they're still around. However, I'm trying to work through those. I almost never do my nails. I think of someone who does my nails, but I don't. Even laying around the house for 2 months, I was oh, I can finally do my nails, and finally, nope, my nails are trash. They are trash. They're Hotfire trash. They are bad. And because I'm always typing, and also because I've been washing my hands so much, I just it is crazy. I just got this. There's this Aquifer no touch applicator. Again, no, not sponsored, just letting you know. The Advanced Therapy, it's a little thing, and it comes out the squeezy tube here, and then you just kind of rub it on because it's got the little applicator. But yeah, my hands have been crazy dry for the past 2-3 months because you have to wash your hands every 5 seconds, and it's just taken a toll on my skin, to the point where it would crack, and during winter my skin's really dry. So if I don't use lotion, I don't use a lot of stuff, it'll crack and bleed. So anyway, I really am gonna have to try and stop myself from buying this, or if I do, I'm going to buy one. Yeah, just one. I was telling myself well, one, maybe two, but no. I really love that they're vegan and cruelty free, and I really want the whole thing. I want the whole thing. I want them all. But no. Oh, and Colored Rain has their Safari palette back in stock, and I thought about picking this up. I heard that the formula is amazing. I heard that these shadows are just to die for. However, when I'm looking at this color story, it's a color story that I already currently have in a couple of different palettes, not all together, but in a couple of different palettes. So, and probably in formulas that aren't quite as good, but Colored Rain does have a little bit of a higher price point, and so for me, I want to wait for that Colored Rain palette or product that is a color story that I don't already have, and something that I'm just like, yes, I want that. This one, I look at it and I'm like, I would like it, but it's not, it wouldn't be anything, it wouldn't be something that would take me to my super duper makeup happy place, because I already have this. Like, I have the, honestly, the Earth, Ocean, the e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette has similar colors that are, I can already tell you, are probably nowhere near as good of a formula. However, they work for me, and so I'm like, well, it's the color payoff that I want, the color story, and those shadows have a good color payoff and they work well for me. If I was maybe a deeper skin tone, then I would say maybe more pigmented eyeshadows would be not necessary, but would be good to add to my collection. So because right now, and I haven't been out in the sun, because I look like a white chocolate mocha right now, that's, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but just, you know, I just do. Normally by this time of the year, I'm a much tanner person, but I haven't been out in the sun. So I'm not getting that. Speaking of e.l.f., I actually have kind of the same issue with this one. This is, when I first saw this, I was like, ooh, I'm getting that. And then I looked a little bit closer. Like, if you cover up just those three, like that blue and that like pastel-y green and lilac, this really is just kind of like another neutral palette, and I don't need another neutral palette. And if I wanted those colors, then I would just buy singles, which I did. And we'll talk about that later. This is the ColourPop like tie-dye collection. The Miss Bliss one is not vegan. It does contain carmine. The other two, the like purpley one and the blue and green one, do not contain carmine. And so those two are cruelty-free and vegan. What I really wanted was, I wanted the liners from this, but they sold out, and they're already sold out. Also, the purpley one, which is one I was the most interested in, also sold out. So I looked at the blue and green one, like, and honestly, I'm kind of torn because it's only $12. I'm like, this is really cute, but I already own the Just My Luck palette, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, what colors do I want from there? I was like, ooh, I like the like limey green, and it's like, but there's already a really pretty lime green in this one, and it's a shimmer, and yes, it would be cool to have like a lime green matte, but at the same time, I'm just like, do I really need a lime green? Like, how often am I gonna wear a lime green matte? Like, okay, for me, probably more so. But then I was like, well, then I would probably just get it from like Give Me Glow, because I really do like their formula. I don't know if I need to add like a whole nother palette, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, what do you guys think? Have you picked this up? Like, what do you think about this collection? Do you think it would be like, who do you think this would be a good buy for? So I guess that's my question. This is kind of old news, the Jeffree Star cremated palette. Honestly, so let's just forget about all the controversy, forget about like all of that, right? Like, just that all aside, and like, I don't currently purchase from Jeffree Star, but I wanted to talk about this specifically, and there's a reason why. I don't understand, like, when people do these videos when they're like, well, I don't buy from this person, but I am like, oh, it's pretty, but I'm not going to buy from them for this and this reason. I guess that makes sense. But anyway, I feel like this palette really only has like 4 colors, and they're just like over and over and over again. I don't understand it. I don't understand, like, this could have been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could have been like a 6-pan palette. Like, at the most, it could have been a 9-pan palette if you wanted to do like, you know, slightly different versions. Like, I don't know why he just didn't do like a mini palette of this, like with the Jawbreaker one. Like, just do the mini. That would have made more sense. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. But hey, if you love it, then if you have it and you bought it and you love it, honestly tell me why. Like, I just kind of want to know. Revolution has launched a new brand. They have so many brands. So I thought that their like Makeup Obsession brand was their like vegan, you know, brand. And it is vegan and you can find it in Target. But now they have a one called XX Revolution, and it's completely vegan and cruelty-free line, has makeup, skincare, makeup and skincare. And so these 4 palettes here are part of that line. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm intrigued. I am very intrigued, especially with that more like pastel-y looking one and the more cool toned one. But also the cool tone, like kind of gray and purplish one, sort of reminds me of what that Jeffree Star palette is, where there's a lot of like sort of repeat shades. And again, I feel like they could have, that first row, they could have just gotten rid of. And it looks like it's an all shimmer palette. So yeah, they could have made this a 9-pan palette instead of a 12-pan palette. 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. I'm not really, like the other, like the top 2 ones are the ones that, like the ones on the top are the ones that interest me the most. But I don't know if I want an all shimmer palette. So, and they also have some eyeliners. I saw the like, you know, when they draw like the lines here, they have swatches, and the camo one looks really sort of patchy, and I don't know why they used that swatch. I remember the ladies from Beauty News were talking about how their swatches are just bad. They're just terrible. They also have some quads in here for about $15. I don't think any of these are really capturing my attention because honestly, I kind of want to wait for reviews and see like, okay, what is the formula like? What are, you know, what the why? Like, why would I purchase this over like an e.l.f. palette or purchase this over like a Juvia's Place palette? Because I think like Juvia's Place and Give Me Glow and Menagerie Cosmetics, those are my probably top 3 favorite eyeshadow formulas. They also have some other palettes, and so again, I feel like these have a lot of repeat shades. I think these should have been like edited down more. They could have been 9-pan palettes. Not really sure why is this? Not what is this, but why is this? This I'm kind of interested in though. This was a 3D color shifting pigment in a swipe. It's the Charged Duochrome Liquid Shadow in Evoke. I am very interested in duochrome liquid eyeshadows, so that might be something that I pick up. I'm very curious about this, and I want to know like what the longevity is. I know duochromes and multichromes can not last as long on the eye, but I'm very interested. They also have some cream blushes and some cream bronzers. Looks like it's a bronzer highlighter palette, not just a bronzer. I don't know about having a cream product that's this big, like this big of a thing. Cream products go bad really fast, and the thing is, I like trying new things. I do hit pan on some things, but the thing is, so like for blushes, you're using it on like this much of your face, and I've had this Bare Minerals like powder blush for over 1.5 years now, and like that's it. So I'm not really sure why I would want that much cream product if you're not a working makeup artist, you know what I mean? This thing I'm really intrigued about though, because I've been wanting to try the ambient light powders from Hourglass, but I didn't want to spend like $85 on like the trio. I just, or like the palette. This one is from XX Revolution, and it looks like a finishing powder. It looks like a finishing powder, a highlighter, and maybe a blush. I am really excited to see if someone will do a dupes video for this, and see if it is a dupe for the Hourglass one. Probably not, because I know that Hourglass is, I've heard amazing things about Hourglass, but hey, Andrea Mattiano, tell me, maybe tell me if you're thinking of picking something like this up. I would love to see a dupes video, somebody who already owns Hourglass, and to see if it's even similar. Because if it's somewhat similar, but it's like, you know, a quarter of the price, then hey, I'm good. This was the Makeup Revolution by Tammy, the Tropical Twilight palette. I actually am pretty interested in this, but the only thing that's stopping me is it's so big. It's so big, and I wish it was, you know what? It's that third row. I want that third row, and then I want the 2 bottom rows. That's what I want. I want that. The top 2 rows, like, get out of here. I don't want you. Also, the lip bar. This is from Indie Makeup Spotlight. The lip bar has a new lip gloss called Dream Chaser, and it looks amazing. It looks like a purple prismatic, shiny, like sparkly lip gloss. I want this. I want this very, very much. I actually went to the Lip Bar website because I'm really interested in their their face products, like their foundation. Because right now I'm using the Pacifica Elite, the Elite Clean Foundation, and I really, really like this. This works really well. The only thing is this is in 23 neutral medium, which I was when I bought it a year ago, but because I've been stuck inside, and there's like this much product in here, but honestly it was like here, and that's lasted like 4 months, because my preferences for foundation have changed. So I usually mix this with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh in the light 6W, and that's closer to my skin tone now, so I'm working slowly through it. But once I've done that, I am very interested in the Lip Bar foundation. They have like a clicky thing, and I really want to try that out. And so if I put in an order, I'm trying to figure out like if I should put in the order now, because I'm like, well, my foundation's almost out, and it's like, well, yes, but I have a tinted moisturizer, and I'm not gonna really like wear anything more than that at this point. So I will think about it, but I really wish that my local Target carried the Lip Bar products. They have like Makeup Geek, but they don't have Lip Bar products, and I'm like, and I went and I asked them, because they're supposed to be carried in Lip Bar, and I was like, hey, do you have Lip Bar products? And they looked at me like I was crazy and didn't know what I was talking about. So I did not like that. I did not like that. I'm very disappointed in Urban Decay. So I wanted the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet, and they've been adding more and more vegan products to their line, and I was like, maybe it'll be vegan. Urban Decay, why? There is one color in this palette that has carmine in it, which means I can't buy it. Or it means I won't buy it. Not that I can't buy it. It has carmine in the very first like lightest shade called Trippin'. There's carmine in that. It's a light shade. You don't need carmine for that. Why is it in there? Why did you put bug juice in the palette that I wanted to buy? Honestly, I wanted this palette for Lucid and VR. Like, those are the two things. Like, please, 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 please release those as singles. I would purchase those as singles. I want them very, very badly. I've seen like the reviews so far of the palette, and they've been kind of like meh, you know, hit or miss. I don't think that satins are a bad thing. I don't think that, you know, I don't even mind mixing the neutrals with the purples. I wish they would have just like condensed this palette, not made it a naked palette, called it something else, and just had like a deep mauve-y purple, and then maybe have like a gradient of purples. Like, that would have been cool, and just calling it like the ultraviolet palette. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why it had to be part of the Naked series. Like, it just doesn't really make sense. I get that, like, that's what they're super known for, but every single person who is in the makeup community is like, hey, we don't need any more Naked palettes. Like, we want this. Like, or make it a Vice palette. Like, bring the Vice palettes back. This is another one I'm really conflicted about. This is the NYX Ultimate Utopia one, and honestly, I just want the upper left, like I want the upper left 9 pans, and then the one kind of like, and then there's like a trio of like mauves around that like gold. Like there's a light mauve, a mid-tone mauve, and then like a smoky sort of mauve. I want that. That's what I want. I don't want any of this other one. And it's kind of hard because they do have like a 9-pan, they have like a 9-pan version of this. But it doesn't include those mauve colors. It kind of is only the top, like the 9-pan, I think, or maybe it's a 12-pan palette. I can't remember, but it does have like, it's a more condensed version of this. I don't think I need a palette that has 40 different pans in it right now. I don't need it. And I just don't see myself using, like, I want to be able to put really good dents. Like, even if I don't pan every single thing in my collection, I want to be able to put really good dents in it. So for instance, like my husband bought me the Norvina palette, the first one. And so even though I have like a really good dent in this shade, like I use this palette pretty often, even though it's pretty new. It does have like good dips in it already because I use it a lot. I didn't use that today. I used the e.l.f. palette. So I didn't use that today. I used the e.l.f. palette by J. Kessa. And so I was kind of playing around with blues and yellows. And so anyway, yeah, I just don't think that I would. And also the NYX formula is really like hit and miss. I know from the Ultimate like 12-pan palettes, I didn't like the Brights palette. I thought it was too chalky. And so I kind of want to wait to see if people like this formula or not. Oh, I heard Angelica Nyquist talking about these Propa lipsticks and they looked so pretty on her. And they have, okay, if you are somebody who is like in management, or you like have owned your own business and you're an entrepreneur, or you're somebody who, you know, aspires to be that, the shade names are getting me. Like this really, obviously, if you can't tell, I love like an orangey lip. I don't care if it doesn't match. I don't care. Like, I just love orangey lips. I love them. There's one called Limitless that's a little bit more toned down of an orange than this one. And then there's one called Profits that's more like pinky nude. And I just love, like, there's one called Closer that looks amazing. One called Made It, Her Magic. Oh God, I want this. But the thing is, you guys, I have like, I did my e.l.f. order for the J. Kissa palette, and then I purchased this orangey lipstick. Look how pretty that is. It's really pretty, and this is what it looks like on the lips. Usually I would put a gloss on over it, but I left my gloss at work. So anyway, so I got that, and then it like came with another free lip product, which is, excuse my squeaking. This was the Vampy Violet from e.l.f. So that's what it looks like. So it's kind of like it looks really dark, but honestly, when it goes on, it's kind of sheer. Hey, baby. Ooh, someone is bringing me coffee. Oh my God. My husband is the best husband in the world. There are hash browns, you guys, and coffee coming into me. So anyways, that's the orangey one from e.l.f. This is like the more vampy one from, here we go. There we go. That's the more vampy one. So it's a little bit more sheer. So I'm trying really hard, and I'm staring at the like 12 lip products in my organizer right now. And I'm like, I don't need any more lip products. I don't need them. Do I want them? Yes, I want them. I want them. I love the, I just absolutely love the like names, the aesthetic. And Angelica was talking about how these were really, really nice and they looked amazing on her. So also, this is another thing but I'm trying really hard not to buy the Kaja bento boxes. I don't need any more beige. I don't need any more neutral things. Like even in a little tiny, nobody's traveling right now. I don't need travel makeup. And even if I did need travel makeup, I have travel makeup. And there's the like cream blushes. I really want the Mauve cream blush ones. I want them so bad. It's $18, which is a lot less expensive than the Cover FX Mauve blush that I want. But I'm thinking that I might pass on the Kaja and just wait to put in a bigger order at Ulta with that like Cover FX blush. We talked about the e.l.f. palette by Jay Kissa. I actually purchased it. I bought it. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now. A review is coming. So just so you know, and that, my dears, is the end. Those are all the things that I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you are thinking of picking up, if you're thinking of picking up anything, or if you're just like, hey, I'm at home, I'm not wearing makeup, like I don't care about any of this right now. But it is fun to talk about. I do love hearing all of your guys' opinions. I love getting your recommendations. So please, please, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much. And put a unicorn emoji down in the comments. Mwah! Love you.